So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to take off the coil packs to get to the spark plugs on this thing. So what you got to do is take off this cover. You see 4 points of connections here. You see 4 rubber grommets. All you got to do is pull really hard to get it out. I'd start with the front and then do the back, and that's how I got it out. It was not easy, but that's the only thing holding it in place. So what you want to do now is get these 10s in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take them out. Alright, so we got the 4 screws. Now we're just going to wiggle them out of place. I don't want to take that guy off, so what we're going to do is we're going to wiggle this out of the way. We're going to unplug it, and we're going to try to remove it without having to unclamp it. If I see that it's not possible, I will have to remove it. Other than that, I mean, it is just 2 little things holding it in place. So if it is in the way, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle to get it out of the way. There we go, out of the way. I think that's out of the way. So there's a little holder down here. Pull it out, push it over, and that'll probably be fine for now. Yeah, we can get it out. So now we have to disconnect each and every one to be able to pull out the coil packs to get to the spark plugs. Okay, so you just push down at the back here and you pull out. It's not that hard. Some of the Honda ones are a lot harder than this. So it's a weird looking coil pack. It's a coil pack nonetheless. It's got a little bit of goop on there. That's not good. Oh, they all do. Why do they all have that goop? That's not good. Somebody that's a Nissan professional, tell me if that's normal, because that just looks weird to me. And I'm going to leave them in order, 1, 2, 3, and 4, just in case there is a prior problem to these that they quote-unquote fixed. I'm not going to mess with that. So they're all looking like they have that jelly at the bottom that looks like a silicone. So the only one that I'm going to probably have trouble with is this one. Nope. I'll show you guys right here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of trouble. I just need to wiggle this out of the way. There we go. Okay, so now we can get to the spark plugs, which you guys can see are way down there. And by the looks of it, that silicone is in this part of there. So my guess is that when they did the valve cover seal, they put this silicone in there, and when they were putting these back in, they rubbed on it all the way down. Idiots. So now I'm hoping I can get those out. Alright, so I've never seen a spark plug this small and skinny and long. They're usually short and chubby for me. So that's a 14 that goes on the top there. So I don't have anything that will reach that far down that's actually 4 spark plugs. So I got this 14. You can see I don't have a rubber grommet in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish out the old ones with a magnet. And here's this magnet here. And I already checked that this is magnetic. Some of them are not, and that sucks. Because otherwise, if it isn't magnetic, I have to use like a rubber tube to get in there and fish it out. So that's never fun. So let's do the 14 with a very long extension, and let's get those spark plugs out. So you always want to do this by hand as well. And what I like to do is loosen all 4. Let's go to the next one. And then fish them out. Because if one breaks, that guy's staying in there. Feels like there's like debris in there. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I gotta find a different way to do this. Alright, so all 4 are loose. I accidentally took off the hose. It doesn't matter if it comes off. Don't be scared. This is just a breather tube. So to put it back on, if it does in fact come off, you need pliers. You squish those 2 parts together, you slide it in, and that's the end of the story. So now we're gonna get my magnet, which decided to fall. We're gonna extendo it, and we're gonna fish for that guy. So I got it. So let's twist it a little bit, because sometimes they like to stay in there. And I might need to take it off just a little bit more. Let's go to the next one. I hope it's not too heavy, because I already tried it with the other one. See how it just comes up? and it doesn't drop it. So what I need to do is probably loosen it a little bit more by hand, and then we'll see if it comes out. Alright, so I successfully fished one out, and you do not want to see this. So, by comparison, same exact one. You can see how burnt out it is. So, logically, you're just going to toss this guy back in, and you're going to align it by hand. You're not going to use your wrench for this. You're going to try to align it, wiggle it side to side, and then twist by hand. If you feel that it is getting hard, it shouldn't. It should be going in nice and smooth. That's how you know you're doing it right. So, we're going to try the same thing on the other ones. Okay, we're getting tighter. Okay. Once you get to that tight point, you can use a wrench. Again, do not use your impact. No, it seems like an easier option, but do not use it. So what I ended up doing was throwing this cardboard in there and then using this magnetic screwdriver to fish it out. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend getting a 14 that actually fits these with the grommet to get it out, because otherwise you're not going to have a fun time. It's going to be a very, very hard time for you guys. A little ahead of myself, forgot to press record. So once you get all of the spark plugs out, you want to start putting the coil packs back in. You can see the new spark plugs are in, the old spark plugs are out, these are busted, and then you start putting the 10s back in. Lastly, you will be putting that hose back on. Make sure that you tighten these very well. You don't want to get a misfire just because of you not tightening these. This has happened before because they were loose. So let's go ahead and put this guy back on, and you just pop them back into place like so, and then you got to hear a little connecting. Don't worry if you don't feel it. And that's it for the video, guys. So just put the screws back on, put the cap back on, and you're all set. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.